Kia ora koutou, and welcome to the quick review for the expansion for Underwater Cities, New Discoveries. One of the first things to note about New Discoveries is that it is a big expansion. It's the same size as the original box and about the same cost. Whether the cost of picking up a big box expansion like this is worth it to you really depends on how much you like the original game. But first of all, what do you find in the box? One of the most talked about parts of the expansion is its fancy new recessed boards. These boards are much thicker than the original game and give you recesses where you can store cities, plants and tunnels. It's probably easiest to see the difference in a low-angled shot like this. But the expansion doesn't just replace the 4 boards in the main game. It gives you 8 double-sided boards for a total of 16 different city layouts. 8 of these can be used for the core rules, 4 of which are used for the museum mode, and another 4 for the Metropolis Choice mode. The Metropolis Choice mode is relatively straightforward. Each of the boards has a number of cities you are dealt at the start of the game, and you choose which ones go into the matching slots. On this board it's 2 of each type to choose from, but only 1 city can go in each spot. On this board you're dealt 4 of the green cities and have to choose which 3 to keep, but more importantly, where to place those 3. Museum mode is a little bit trickier. On your player board you'll have 5 spots for artifacts. When you build over a slot adjacent to one of those artifacts, you turn it over, gaining that benefit immediately. Your artifact is then placed in the museum on tier 1, with each subsequent artifact being placed on a higher tier. As you go up, these get progressively more powerful. Tier 1 only allows you to draw 2 extra cards, whereas Tier 4 includes things like doubling the victory points you gain from one of your brown metropolises. The museum board is also double-sided. Now if you are playing with the museum mode, everyone needs to play with it. And it does increase the amount of points in the game considerably. It's very easy to get 20 or 30 points out of the museum boards. There's also additional cards for the Era 1, 2 and 3 decks and for the special cards. None of these will blow your socks off, they're not particularly amazing, but there are some clever and engaging cards such as Recruitment and the Negotiating Team. They just add that extra wrinkle to the game. And while most people have chosen to focus on the player boards as the big upgrade, I don't think they are. For me, it's getting rid of the assistant cards. In the core game, these were kind of worthless. They're an action card that you got at the start of the game that gave you next to nothing. Their replacements are considerably more powerful. They're essentially variable player powers, granting you a unique action and a unique permanent ability. To compare them to another game, these are like corporations in terraforming Mars. They make that much of a difference to how you play the game. And as weird as it is to say, for the price of the expansion and the flash components, this is where the value of the expansion really is for me. These 8 cards, in my mind, provide more boost to the game than everything else combined. And that's not to say the visual improvements don't add to the game, they do. It's just fancy boards don't make a game better. They make it more presentable, that's true, but fundamentally they're a vanity upgrade. So my final recommendation for New Discoveries is that it's an absolutely great expansion. Not only does it improve the appearance of the game, which matters to an awful lot of people, it fundamentally improves the core gameplay as well, and that's what really matters to me. That's it. If you didn't like the original Underwater Cities, this is not going to fix the game for you. It's more of the same. However, if the flimsy player boards were the only thing keeping you from buying it, then jump on in. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, subscribe to the channel, and come support us on Patreon.